Mic testing. Mic testing. Perfect. So many notes. Good evening, Taza. Come on. Let's clap for the speaker. Who all are interested to know the secret? How management decides what appraisal will you get next year? April is 6 months, 7 months from here. Anyone? Everyone. But any guesses? Any guesses how management decides what appraisal will you get? Performance, okay. What else? Efforts. I can read it. I worked hard, sir. Anything else? Ideas? Cultural aspects? People are ready, Shivam? No problem. What else? It's OKR. Objectives, key results. That's the way management decides where you are, what was you supposed to do, and how much you have achieved. We have a guy in our company there from last 5 years. He has done exceptionally very good work. Ikshita just told me that he is one of the key persons who take initiatives. He's the first guy always to apply for all initiatives. But what I learned from him in my first 2-3 interactions, I think he is a very sharp guy, clarity in his work and transparent. He's 5 years already in system and he is one of the senior project managers. I would like to call Shivam Tripathi. Please, welcome to the stage and over to you.
Hi everyone, good morning and good evening everyone. My name is Shivam and today I'm here to present my 2 cents on the topic importance of OKRs and how to effectively track them. We have recently wrapped up our May cycle of review and I'm sure there will be people who are not happy with their rating. They might have their own rating in their mind, but do they have numbers to prove it? I guess not. And without numbers, your own rating won't make sense to your manager. So numbers are very important. And I'm sure not everyone have their OKRs documented in Kika. So if you don't have your OKRs documented, you don't have your numbers, you don't have a way to present your rating. So if you don't have numbers, your reviews are subjective and there are chances that you might be put into task which you are not meant to do. Maybe you are doing the task which belongs to a different role and which eventually is letting you fail in your own role. That's why keep your numbers ready when you are going for your review meetings. And numbers are always fun. Let me present you some funny numbers for today. Any guesses what is this 7? This is not Thaza for a reason. This is the number of initiatives PMO completed in this quarter. Completed. Next, any guesses? This is the number of wickets Sarjan has taken in this year. This is also the number of ducks he had this year. But important is now we can track everything from emotional intelligence to glucose level to maybe cricket scores, everything. But why not OKRs? Why not your performance? That is also very important to track that how you are doing right now. Now, what's the tool to track your performance? That tool is OKR, which stands for Objective and Key Results. Thing is very simple. Set an objective and then define your steps to reach there. One important thing, those key results should be quantifiable and within a certain time limit, and you have to achieve those key results to meet that objective. For example, maybe, and you can apply them in the real life as well. For example, maybe you are throwing up a party in next 20 days. So you have a timeline that you have to finalize the vendor in next 5 days, you have to finalize the caterer in next 3 days, you have to finalize the photographer in next 5 days. So you will have to meet those timelines to meet the final objective. Now, what is the importance of OKR? First, measurable goals. You can quantify exactly how your performance is going. At the same time, are your goals aligned with the company objective and your project objective as well? If you are tracking your OKRs, the other advantage is your reviews would be more objective, not subjective. And it also gives you a self-visualization and ability to improve. And it also gives you a clear definition of your next role or maybe next project you are moving in. I guess before moving next, I would like to present a video which will give you more clarity.
So, tell me, how do you think you performed this year?
Sir, I worked hard. I delivered many tasks and supported the team. Most of my projects were completed.
But I do remember some delays in delivery, and a few bugs also reached production, correct?
Tell me, how do you think?
Sir, those were minor issues. I fixed them quickly.
Yes, but overall, I don't have a full picture. Let's mark it as average performance.
Without OKRs, appraisals depend on memory and perception. Hard work may go unnoticed.
So tell me, how do you think you performed this year?
Yes,
Sir, I have all my OKRs documented. Let me share. On-time delivery. 95% of sprint commitments delivered on schedule. Bug leakage to production. That's less than 1%. Successful release 12 this year. Production defects reduced by 40% compared to last year.
Excellent. This is very clear. Your contribution is measurable and strong.
Thank you, sir.
With this kind of data, recognition becomes easy. I'll make sure your efforts reflect in your appraisal.
With OKRs, appraisals are objective and data. Effort turns into recognition.
Thank you, sir. With this kind of data, recognition becomes easy. I'll make sure your efforts reflect in your appraisal.
With OKRs, appraisals are objective and data-driven. Effort turns into recognition.
So what this video tells us that if you have your OKRs, your review would be quick, you have your numbers, review would be more objective and quantifiable and up to your expectations as well. At the same time, there would be chances when you would be tracking your OKRs, maybe they are not aligned exactly with the progress you were expecting. So OKRs are not the way to find problems or criticize anyone with the progress of the OKRs, but this is a medium to have a self-reflection, ask for help when it is needed, and at the same time, it emphasizes the growth mindset that you are ready to adapt and learn new things. At the same time, OKR are not meant for just one person. within the organization. It's not just for all the devs, it's for all the leads, it's for all the managers, it's for all the CXOs, directors. Everyone have their own OKRs, their own goals to achieve. So everyone should be setting up their goals, tracking them, and asking for them first of all. Now, while setting up your OKRs, another important factor is your OKR should not be subjective. Help your team succeed. This is not an OKR. OKR has to be quantifiable. Maybe conduct 4 training sessions in a month. Maybe have 2 courses completed in next quarter. So OKR has to be quantifiable. They cannot be vague. They cannot be without a time limit. They has to be completed within a certain time limit. For example, maybe at the start of the year, you set a goal that you would be getting more fit by going to the gym. So you have to set a goal that when you have to start, what are your Q1 goals, Q2 goals. So they have to be quantifiable. They have to be time driven, and they have to be tracked effectively and consistently. Now, let me walk you through a portal which I designed. This is a portal where everyone can track their OKRs. The goal is to quantify all the work which you do day in, day out, your sprint commitment. And this is a view which I have created maybe at a team lead level, but this could also be converted to a marketing team member review, or maybe sales team member dashboard. But the goal is that maybe we could have a organization level rating, that where do you stand, your CGPA, your department level rating, your time logs, and then your sprint commitments. Where do you stand in your current sprint, your sprint assignments, your commit frequency, how many bugs are you leaking to production. At the same time, one of the other important thing, and this is more from the development perspective, that if a team have maybe 5 or 6 members and everyone is doing great in their OKRs, but it cannot be the case that your project is not doing good. Means if you are doing great but your project is not doing good, that will also have impact on your own score as well. So if your release cycle of the project, your defect to the production or incidents are higher, it will also have impact on your individual OKRs as well. At the same time, if a team member is at a tier or a module lead level, at the same time, it's also important that your team members' performance will also account for your own individual score as well. What your team member is doing, where do they stand in their OKR scores, and then these are all your objectives which you have defined for yourself. In this tool, so our goal as an organization is to automate all of these OKRs, so we can just give you numbers and you don't have to do this manually. But while we are working on this, there is a way to monthly upload this data. You can come in here, download the sample, and upload your monthly data over here. So this could be the baseline to start with. I have also added an AI component to this tool, which is called Spark. So you can talk to this AI agent and find your areas of improvement and what could be your next 3 months plan to improve your score or OKRs, and how you could actually reach to your next level in your career. Now, the goal for this tool is just to have transparency, how everyone is doing. At the same time, I have also added a gamification to this, like having a competitiveness within the team, that maybe you earn a badge once you achieve something in your project. So the goal is to have transparency. The goal is to track your progress. The goal is to consistently work towards your next role or next project or maybe next technology. Now, while wrapping this up, I would encourage all of you to reach out to your managers, ask for your OKRs, and start tracking them. And finally, I would like to summarize with that numbers do matters. It's always good to have numbers to present in your review meetings. Your reviews should be more objective than subjective, and the only way to achieve that goal is with the help of OKRs. And OKRs tracking is not your next quarter or next year or next 2 years goal. That should be consistent for always. You should be tracking your OKRs consistently and effectively throughout your career. Thank you.
Anyone have any question with Poshivam?
Sorry?